Garafelia's Husband by Esther Willard Bates, originally produced April 6, 1915 by the Harvard Dramatic Club. We're in the kitchen of a New England farmhouse on a November evening. The room is dominated, oddly enough, by a large bed with a small wooden chest under it. There's a nightstand with a lamp, medicine bottles, and a cup of tea. A man is asleep in the bed, propped up by pillows. A woman beside the bed digs her hand under the pillows and discovers a key.
You sound asleep. Balak, if you was in your right mind, I wouldn't have to do this.
You scarlet woman, what are you doing with my chest?
Getting something of my own.
There ain't nothing of my chest that belongs to you. Give me that key.
I ought to take care of myself.
Here I lay a sick man, I don't know, but I'm dying, and you come to persecute me and torment me.
Oh no, Balak, I don't want for to persecute you. I don't want to hurt you. I'm just taking care of you. There ain't but one thing in this world I want, and that's for you to know me once more. Oh, Balak, think just 1 minute of old times. Just hark back. Don't you remember me? I'm your wife. I'm Garafelia.
You ain't my wife neither. I never see you before. You're a strange woman. You're a habitation of devils and an unclean.
Don't. I can't bear you to say such things.
An unclean thing, I say, the hold of every foul spirit. Give me the key to my chest.
I don't aim for to trouble you here.
I'll do it. Give away. Throw it to me. How come I have to sleep so sound and not rouse up when you come snooping on my pillar? Twice you tried to get that key afore. Answer me, daughter of Satan.
I give you something to make you sleep.
No, you put something in my teeth. I tasted it.
I had to.
What was it?
I give you 6 drops of paregoric, not enough to hurt a baby. Now don't get excited.
Poison, poison, every one of them poison.
Waking up housekeeping, Balak. You two ain't even been here a year yet.
He's been trying to poison me out of that bottle.
Paregoric, snummy.
Drugged me. Get the key to my chest.
Uh-huh.
What are you standing there for? Take your milk pails out in the barn where they belong.
No, don't you go. You leave me till the doctor comes or the minister.
Guess I'll stay.
As long as my husband is sick and out of his head, you take orders from me.
Now, I don't know as he is your husband.
I've been married to him upwards of 30 years.
I don't know who you are or where you come from. You two bought this farm a 12-month gone, and no one knows anything about you, not even the minister. Balak's been telling everyone you ain't got no legal right to be here.
It's an evil thing. Let her not come nigh the door of my dwelling.
We'll save this bottle of paregoric, Balak. It'll interest the district attorney.
You'll never interest no district attorney on 6 drops of paregoric.
Now, what you suppose she wanted in your chest?
You won't say.
If you took the deed to this piece of property, Balak, I'll have the law on you.
I wish I had taken it. I didn't think to.
Answer ye, woman. What did you take from my chest?
Yeah, what did you take?
Only what belonged to me.
There ain't nothing in my chest that belongs to you.
You've forgotten.
What did you take? Ask her what she took, Orion.
She ain't talking today. Let me get out the papers and see what's missing from the box.
That's the deed.
Oh, the deed.
And then that's the receipts for the interest on the mortgage, and that's the mortgage paid in full. And here's my letter to membership to the Congregational Church. Answer me, ye woman, what did you take?
Send that man off and I'll tell you.
No, you don't. I'm going to stay right here. First, you try to poison this old man with paregoric. Then you try to get the deed to his property, and he catches you at it.
You ain't a fit man to be talked to, Orion Pike. And I had an order to take no notice on you, but you mischief maker, and I got to. I never tried to poison Balak, but I had to get something out of his chest. I can't have folks say things about me that ain't so just because my husband is out of his mind.
Balak's mind is just as clear as a bell, and if it weren't, nothing don't excuse you from trying to poison him.
I only give him 6 drops in his tea just to get him to sleep. Not enough to poison a baby.
First, she persecutes me, then she robs me, now she poisons me. Get her to go, Orion. I'm scared of her.
No, Balak. I don't want to hurt you or trouble you. Make this man go who has sown trouble betwixt us. Think how I've cared for you. Think how I've been tending you and feeding you. That don't look nohow like persecution.
Sets her abomination in the house that is called by my name.
Don't say it again.
He lieth in wait for prey in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
Don't you see he's got a twist in his mind? He'd never say them things to me, to his own wife.
He ain't my wife, neither. You're a scarlet woman in the hold of every foul spirit. Remove yourself far from me. Go, I say, go.
I'm going. But I ain't going far.
By gory, Balak, I don't wonder you want to get shed of her.
Is she gone?
I don't know. Maybe she's listening. I won't let her do you no harm.
Then get her away.
I told you before, I can't order no one off another man's property.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it to you in my will. I've been telling you so right along.
Are you sure you ain't got no claim on it?
She
Seeing how she claims to be your wife.
ain't my wife. It's mine, and I'll do with it like I want with it.
I told you I wasn't going far.
Oh my God. Get a constable if you have to.
I tell you, I ain't got no right and order anyone out of house without it's mine.
If I give it to you now, will you get her off?
You'll have to sign a deed, you know, if you want me to keep her out.
Get the deed drawn, and I will.
You've been saying that right along. So I brung a deed with me.
You have. Terrible forehanded of you. I don't know if I'm ready today.
Maybe you want me to go off and leave her alone with you.
No, you're all against me. I don't trust you neither.
Yes, I'll be going.
Oh, Lordy, don't you go, Orion. Let me see the deed.
Glad to see you, Mr. Steele. Here's the minister, Balak. Mr. Steele, this is Balak Hutchinson. He ain't been here living in our town long, and he ain't feeling very spry.
No, I've been in great trouble.
I am sorry to hear it. Can I help you in any way?
Get her off.
Get who off?
She come here a year ago, maybe it was 2. I don't know. I don't remember. She's a stranger to me and all my ways. I never saw eye on her before, but she got me to come away with her to this town where I don't know nobody, and she persecutes me. She won't go away when I tell her, and she's around all the time. She sits at the table with me. She follows me where I go, and she says she's my wife. I moved my bed down here to get rid of her.
I don't understand.
The woman's in the other room, and that ain't all either. She's been trying to poison him.
Are you sure?
He's confessed, and Bollock wants to deed his property to me so as I can order her off the premises.
Is that necessary?
If I'm to take care of him.
Let Mr. Hutchinson tell her to go.
She doesn't mind what I say.
Will you witness the deed, Mr. Steele?
Under the right circumstances, I might consent, but here.
Oh Lordy, what a pain I got. I think I'm going to die. Promise me you'll get her off.
You won't see her heels for dust. Here, Bollock. Now, Mr. Steele.
This seems a trifle hasty.
Oh, no. Bollock's been intending it right along.
No, I ain't nother. I was gonna leave it to you. You had the deed already in your pocket. You told me she'd keep persecuting me if I didn't deed it to you.
And I can't witness this without seeing the woman. Call her in and tell her of it.
No need to tell her anything. She's got her eye to the keyhole now. Watch.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs.
Mrs. Hutchinson is my name.
You ain't Mrs. Hutchinson.
Now, come, Mr. Hutchinson, this won't do. I've been hearing about you. I hope you'll pardon me. I mean this kindly, but can you prove who you are, who you say you are?
I don't know as you've any call to concern yourself in my affairs.
Then I may understand you decided to go away.
No,
Mr. Hutchinson's asked me to have you removed. What have you to say?
I ain't going.
Why do you wish to remain?
I can't leave him with that thieving critter. Anyway, I belong here.
He says you are not his wife. Are you?
Yes, I am. I married him in good faith, and I've been living with him 30 years.
Likely story.
You shut your mouth, Orion Pike.
I cannot remain to hear such bickering as this.
I ain't keeping you as I know on.
Don't go, Mr. Steele. You see what she is.
I think we can reach a better solution by involving the divine blessing in a word of silent prayer.
No, I won't pray with you. You've condemned me in your heart. You've no sympathy with a heartbroken wife whose husband's turned against her and wants her out of his house. I'm his legal wife and I know it, and he'd know it, only he ain't in his right mind. And this scandal monger and mischief maker gets my property away from me.
The true woman would be caring about her husband's love, not his property.
Leave her be. Let's just finish up this business.
Have you any reason to offer why I should not sign this deed? I'm waiting to hear any objection. Her silence has convinced me that she has no legal claim on this man.
No protest weren't needed. Your deed's no good.
What do you mean?
No man can sign away his homestead without his wife's signature. You ain't got mine.
He ain't my wife.
There's your answer. Your signature ain't called for.
I am his wife. Read that.
Balak Hutchinson and Garafelia Keith, married, South Abingdon, 1884.
He stole it from my chest. It's mine and Garafelia. He drugged me to get my keys, give me poison in my tea. She ain't my wife, Mr. Steele. Lord heaven, how long shall I suffer her?
Is it true you drugged this man?
I had to get my marriage certificate. People were saying things that weren't so.
Another woman's marriage lines won't do you no good.
I swear they are mine.
My good woman, that paper is of no value unless you can be identified. People who know you, where are they?
I couldn't have them see Balak like this.
I'd never laid eyes on her before.
You see how this man regards you.
Not always. Sometimes I think he remembers.
Well, unless you can show us who you are, I think you had better go away.
Balak, see if I can't make you remember who I am and how we was married in South Abington 30 years ago last June. Your father and mother drove over from Bridgewater for the wedding, and Jotham stood up with you and your sister Nell with me. You remember Nell, don't you? And we went to live down at the little white house at Four Corners, and you sought out them butternut trees by the front gate and the row of white lilacs.
I don't know what do I remember?
Of course not.
Oh, you do remember. And summer nights coming home from the shoe shop, and me meeting you by the orchard gate so we could walk up through the garden and see how things was growing. Don't you remember them tiger lilies by the stone wall? Oh, Balak, you can't have forgot it all. The things that happened in that little house. You ain't forgot the night Jotham was born, and you come up to see him and he took right hold of your finger and you sat there till daylight, never moving. Oh, Balak, we didn't ever think we should lose him, did we? And when he died, you was good to me. I shall never forget how good. Oh, Balak, be good to me now.
Take her away. I'm afraid of her. Don't let her look at me like that.
You can't make a man remember what he ain't seen.
You devourer of widows' houses, you deviser of iniquity, may you lie down with bitterness and rise up in sorrow. May the day come to pass when God shall smite you with everlasting curse.
I'll learn you to curse.
Go take yourself off and leave me with my man.
My good woman, he's dying.
You don't bulldoze me. I'll get the sheriff here or the first man I see and run you out of this town.
You too.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, she lieth in wait for prey. Her mouth droppeth gall and honey, her lips speak evil. The words of the strange woman are a deep pit, and her end is bitter as wormwood. Remove her away from me. Let her not come nigh the door of my dwelling.
Oh, Balak, don't die with words like that on your lips. I can't leave you. I must stay with you even if you hate me.
Doctor, come quick.
Doctor? Oh, doctor, he's dying. Make him live a little longer.
We'll do what we can, Mrs. Hutchinson.
She ain't his wife.
No, she ain't my wife. She's a Babylonian woman. Her feet take hold on hell.
Sure thing. Of course they do.
Doctor, get her away. She come to my house and she brung me to this town where I don't know nobody. She's a habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit, and she shall be cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
So she shall. Don't you worry anymore. Just take this pill. Now she's gone. You can go right back to sleep.
Doctor,
Uh-huh.
see any symptoms of poisoning?
Can't say as I do. You look disappointed.
Well, his iron constitution has withstood it, that's all.
If you have anything to say, out with it.
Ask this woman here to tell you what she told me she'd give him.
I'm not so plumb curious as you, Orion.
She give him paregoric.
In justice, we must say it was only a few drops.
Well, now, I might have prescribed that myself. He got a mite restless. Orion, I wonder if you can saw me some hickory logs so they'll last all night. I'd like to hear you sawing wood. Mr. Steele, would you be so kind as to take my horse in and blanket him and give him a measure of oats?
Certainly. And how is Mr. Hutchinson?
Pretty low.
You wish me to return?
Shall he?
I don't care.
He may sleep for about a half an hour. Tell me, how long has he been having these delusions?
Then you think you know he's really not himself?
He is not himself.
And you truly believe I'm his wife?
I believe you are a true and faithful wife. Has he been this way long?
It must have been coming on, but I didn't know it. It's 2 years anyway.
And how did it begin?
He got religion, and getting it late somehow, he took it terrible hard. He began shutting me in my room, praying with me, for hours some days. And one day it seemed as if I couldn't stand it no longer, no how. And I told him I couldn't pray with him.
And then?
He begun to turn again me. He'd not speak to me for days and days, but he'd sit and look at me for hours till I thought I'd go crazy.
When did he first fail to notice you?
One night, I woke up and found him staring at me. When I spoke to him, he called me the Babylonian woman and made me get out of bed.
And after that?
He begun talking to the neighbors about me. And doctor, I couldn't bear it.
You must have had some friends.
They wanted me to put him into an asylum, but I was afraid they wouldn't be kind to him there. So I got him to come here where nobody knowed us. And I don't know as I did right after all.
Yes, you did right. I'm sure.
Then I don't mind so much. So as I'm sure I did right. I wouldn't mind what people said, nor all these months of living this way, nor the things he said to me, if he'd only look at me the way he used to, just once, with his eyes wide and clear, the way they used to be, and smile a little and say, Garafelia.
There's a chance. 1 in 100 that he might.
Doctor, you mean know me?
Yes, when the change sets in. And now, Mrs. Hutchinson, you go and rest a little. If he wakes, I'll call you. Now, Orion, you and I can have a nice talk.
About what?
Well, for one thing, what are you hanging around for?
None of your damn business.
Now, don't raise your voice like that to me, Orion, or the next time you have one of your spells, I won't give you a pill. There's no doctor within 16 miles. Speak up, Orion. What have you been doing?
You have nothing to conceal.
And you mind your own business.
Mrs. Hutchinson let fall a word or two about property. What did she mean?
Is there any reason why you should not speak up Orion?
You've been getting this old man to give you something in his will he hadn't ought to?
No, he ain't made no will. You think you're smart, don't you?
I will tell you, Doctor.
Don't you do it. A witness ain't no right to tell.
Mr. Hutchinson deeded this house to Orion Pike, and I witnessed it.
Orion, let me see the deed.
You hold your breath till I do.
Well, then, I suppose you'll just have to tell me what's in it.
Well, it says, Bollock Hutchinson gives to Orion Pike and his heirs and assigns forever a quitclaim deed to house and land abutting on the corner of High and School Streets in consideration of $1 and benefits.
Sounds like a good law, Orion. But did Mrs. Hutchinson sign it?
There ain't no Miss Hutchinson.
Oh, yes, there is, right in the next room.
How do you know? You never saw her before. Bollock denies her. Nobody knows her.
Her husband may.
He'll be dead and buried before he recognizes her.
Perhaps, perhaps not.
I'll risk it.
Do you mean there is a chance?
When one races, there is always a chance.
A race?
With death.
Let not your heart be troubled, neither be afraid. You believe in God, believe also in me. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world gives, give I unto you. Yet a little while, and the earth seeth, but ye see me. Because I live, ye shall live also. And now I go my way unto him that sent me, and none of you ask of me, whither goest thou?
Garafelia. Where are the butternut trees gone? Garafelia, where's them lilac bushes? Who be you?
I am a stranger.
Where be I?
In your own kitchen.
This ain't my home.
In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and where I am, ye may be also.
Where's Garafelia?
Garafelia?
My wife.
And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven, as a bride adorned for her husband. And the Spirit and the bride say, Come, and let him that heareth say, Come, and let him that is athirst come, and whosoever will, let him take of the water of life freely.
Balak, who be I?
Garafelia. Garafelia Keith.